Hello everyone, this is Etho, and today for you guys I have a tutorial dedicated to deadly sand traps. And so these traps uh, trap a player or a mob and then kill them by taking advantage of sand's unique ability to fall. And of course this also applies to gravel, but I'm just going to be saying sand for simplicity this video. And I'm going to show you a few different types of deadly sand traps, but mainly I'm going to focus on what I believe to be a new type that I just recently discovered, and it should be pretty cool. So the first one I'm going to show you is a very basic sand trap. It's one of my favorites. It takes about 5 seconds to build. Is dig a hole 3 blocks or deeper. Deeper works better. Placing lava at the bottom of the hole works better. What you do, just place a TNT 2 blocks from the surface, place sand, and then place a pressure plate on top. And then when you walk over it, you fall in, can't get out, and you're in trouble. So that's very simple to do. It works pretty good, but it's very unlikely someone's going to walk on a random pressure plate in the middle of a sand field. So there are ways to make this trap better. So one of the general rules for traps in Minecraft is they generally work better if they do not appear suspicious, if they blend in with their surroundings, and if they're hidden in plain sight. Because if a player is cautious that there might be a trap around, chances are they'll be looking around for one and they'll spot it before they activate it. So with our last trap, the best way I can think of for using it is to disguise it next to doors, such as double doors. So let's pretend this is an entrance to a house built on sand. Set up your trap. Let's make it 2. Again, dig as deep as you want. Adding 2 blocks of lava at the bottom will make it a lot more deadly. Place your pressure plates. Oops. And generally, your average Minecrafter won't suspect a thing. And they'll try to enter your building. Surprise! And if you have 2 TNT or more, it makes a huge difference. So the only real problem with our last setup is really how often do people build their houses on sand or gravel? It's pretty uncommon. Right now we're in my house. What is common is people using sandstone now. And sand looks very similar to sandstone in most texture packs. So we can hide it within our sandstone. The way I have this set up now is so that the TNT blast doesn't do any damage to the surrounding ground, but it still kills the player. That's accomplished by having water or lava, having torches above the water or lava to destroy the sand blocks. Then we'll place the TNT, 2 from the top still. The sand, and our pressure plates. Again, you won't really notice the difference in the sand texture because the pressure plates are on top, so it blends in well. And when the player goes through your door, oh, so I guess the torches didn't destroy the sand after all. It might not be possible to prevent it from blowing up the land. I guess the only way to prevent the TNT from blowing up the land in our last trap design is to drop the player and the TNT into an obsidian casing to absorb the blow. Normally if TNT falls in water, it doesn't blow up the land around it, but if sand drops on top of the TNT, it will cause damage to the land around it. Torches generally will destroy sand if it falls on them. Like that. I don't know why it didn't work in my last setup though. Anyway, let's move on to the main focus of this tutorial. I believe the deadliest sand traps in the game are the ones where a large portion of the ground, like a 5x5 area, gives way and the player falls to their doom all the way down to bedrock. The only way I've ever seen these traps made so far is, well, normally if you place sand and it falls on a torch, it breaks, but if you place sand directly above a torch, it stays there. And then when the torch is destroyed, it falls. So using this principle, we can continue branching out, placing more and more floating sand on our torches. Like so. And you just keep branching out and making it cover a bigger area. And to the player on top of this, it just looks like flat ground, so you can hide it from them pretty easily. And then when the player activates it, they can do that either by having water come and destroy this torch. You can even set that up using redstone. And the other way is to simply destroy a block to make this sand block fall, which will destroy the torch. And then it all comes down. There's also variations where the sand falls on top of you and makes you suffocate. But the only problem with, well, there's a few problems with this. First of all, it takes a long time to set up. It takes up a lot of space, and it's difficult to hide from a player because it's so large. So I'm going to show you a new method of doing this that's a lot easier. So by now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the sign on a sign glitch or trick. If you place a sign, it's possible to place another sign on top of that sign and continue extending out as far as you want. And if you destroy the first sign that they're all placed on, they all fall. And so by combining that with our sand trap, I kind of realized that you can do the same thing that you're doing with the torches using the signs, except it's a lot easier to do it this way, and also you don't have to go up vertically every time you expand out horizontally. So it's a lot simpler to set up, and you can make it work a lot better. So the sand's floating on top of the signs. Go on top, it's this like solid ground. and you can expand out as far as you want. When you have your sand blocks floating like that, it is possible to place more sand on top, as much as you want. If you're making some kind of suffocation trap where it falls on top of the player and they can't get out, you can do that. Or if you're making a hidden ladder or secret passage or something like that, you can shape the sand blocks however you want by placing as many as you want. So when you're ready to activate this, I didn't really build this properly, but if this sand block falls, this sign will get destroyed and then all of these will fall. It's also possible to have this block above a torch. I'll see if I can place this quickly. Yep. And then it can be destroyed with water too. And they'll all fall. And the player will fall to his doom. Alright guys, let's have some fun with what we just learned. I'm going to combine the first type of trap I showed you with this new method I just showed you. Let's dig out a 3x3 section of ground. Or deeper, whatever you wish. Okay. I'm going to place torches to destroy the sand that falls. And then I'm going to place a TNT above the middle one. And the interesting thing about TNT is it acts like a solid block until it's triggered. And so using that, if we can place a sign on it, be very careful when left clicking though, because it's very easy to trigger the TNT. And then we can place signs on signs all around the TNT off of that first one. Again, be very careful around the TNT or you'll blow yourself up. Let's make myself a little way out of here. There. Now we have 8 signs all around the TNT. We can go ahead and place our sand on top. And it'll be suspended. Of course, you can make the hole as deep as you want. You can put lava at the bottom, whatever you wish. Be creative. Place our sand and our pressure plate. So before, when we did this, it only made one block fall down of sand. Now when we do this, with this setup, it'll be a 3x3 area. And you can make it as big as you want to. You can set up multiple TNT. And you can be as creative as you want with this idea. Alright guys, now I'm going to take a few minutes to show you 2 different ways that you can activate your sand traps using redstone. This first method is based off of a video of Keyshar's, where he activates water using redstone. What you're going to do is you're going to dig something out like this with one point lower than the others, and what's going to happen when you place the water here is it will flow to the lowest point like that. So you're going to set up your redstone next to the water. You're going to place your water, and when the redstone activates, it's going to make the water check if it should flow down this hole here. And when it does, it's going to destroy this torch we just placed. Sorry. The torch will get destroyed, the sand will fall, and when the sand falls, it's going to destroy your chain of signs, however big that may be. And I'm just going to set up a little demonstration here. And activate your redstone however you want. Just for this video, I'm going to use a pressure plate. So when I step on this, the water will flow to the left, destroy the torch, sand will fall, signs will get destroyed, and then the sand will fall. It's a big chain reaction. But it works. It's amazing. Alright, I'm going to show you another method of activating this now. Alright, this next method I'm going to show you is very much similar, but it's slightly more complicated to set up, but I think it is easier to reset, because it doesn't require any digging or anything like that. What you're going to do, set your redstone. You have a low point like before. You're going to have a block over top here. Make sure it's not soil, because if it's a soil block and it grows grass, it'll cause the water to update and trigger. And what you'll do is you place your water here, and then quickly place a reed in the block next to it, and the reed holds the water in place. And then set up your torch like before, your sand column, however you want it. And then trigger your trap. Pretty cool. When you're ready to reset it, pick up your water again. Place your reed. You have about half a second to place that reed. If the water flows to this third block here, it's too late. Yeah, so those two methods of activating the trap work pretty well, but really the easiest way to activate your sand traps is to use TNT. And TNT has the added bonus of causing damage to the player as well. Lots of damage. You can place the signs directly on the TNT like we did before. Another option is to place sand on top of the TNT with signs on the sand. And set up your chain. Again, for demonstration purposes. And then when you're ready, activate your trap. Yeah. So there's lots of ways of doing this, guys. I think I have time to show you a few more traps. So let's go do that. The newish repeater blocks have an interesting ability to pass a signal through a solid block. So by taking advantage of this, it's possible to make traps that detect if a block is destroyed, power goes off, or if a block is placed, power goes on. So I'm going to show you a trap that works off of that principle. And I'm going to build it right now, and I'll show it to you. Okay, I have the trap built now. It's poorly thought out, but it's just for demonstration purposes, to give you some ideas. If you were to place sand in here, for example, sand would fall down. It'd fall between the repeater and the wire, causing the wire to light up, which would trigger the water to flow this way, to destroy the torch, to drop the sand column, to drop the large pile of sand hovering over top the player, suffocating them. And I also want to show you one other thing you can do if you're going to do a sand dropping style. Just going to place a torch here. You can also place water or lava, and then when the sand falls, the water or lava will start flowing too, which can add an extra level of danger. So let me kill myself now. Oh, all the sand got destroyed by this sign here. But yeah, you get the idea. I'm not setting this up again. You know what? I think the biggest problem people have with the wolf patch is they have a hard time coming up with names for all of them. I don't find it all that challenging, really, though. I named this guy 317. I think that's a good fitting name for him. But anyways, this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Hope it gave you some ideas. Remember to tell your friends that they died because of etho. And remember, there's no limit. You can make it 5 by 5. You can make it 100 by 100. Thanks for watching.